Welcome to Can Angels Fly? I'm Nancy, and today we're here to discuss how humanity has gotten to the point it is, the way we exist, the things we are experiencing. Where did it come from? Now, all a person can do, including myself, is look at historical documents, mythology, look at our current law, our social structure, those things that are in the physical world, all or most that is accessible to us, who, me, you, and every individual in humanity. But first, we have to understand why we would look. Now, I'm going to stop because I'm a bit upset because I did this video. I began almost an hour in to do this video and realized it wasn't recording, so I'm a little upset now, really frazzled. I was making a mess of it anyway, so I can do it a second time, make it a bigger mess. Anyway, why are we here? Why are we headed for what we're headed for? Well, I started the last video talking about Pandora's box. Do you know what Pandora's box is? Well, if you don't, I'm going to give you a definition of what Pandora's box is as offered by Wikipedia as well as dictionary.com. Ride the wave with me. I got to relax now. How y'all doing? I'm going to ask you now, please like, share. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Let's go. This is relevant. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm so, okay. I had to start all over, y'all. But it's important. And I love y'all. So, I'll do it. This is relevant. All the videos that I make on my channel go together, whether you recognize it or not. What I am doing is I am looking closely at all the puzzle pieces that exist to explain who we are, why we are here, and what is being asked of us. Now, those clues come in so many different packages. There's so many different pieces to the puzzle, the overall puzzle, that answers these questions. And what I'm seeing is that these questions, these lifelong questions people have been in pursuit of answering for years and years and years and years, has already been answered. But there are people that have existed, I'm not talking about now, but now too, but historically, that didn't want everybody to know. And why is that? Because it allowed them to have control. It kept up confusion. I almost cussed y'all. I'm going to try to be on my best behavior. So, here we are. Age of Aquarius. There is increased knowledge and awareness. It is now time for humanity to use their common sense to put together the puzzle that was destroyed many years ago and has kept us from knowing who we are, where we are from, what is our purpose of being here, what on this planet, in life, etc., etc. It's time. And I think I mentioned it's hard to redo a video because you don't know what you done said or haven't said. So just ride the wave with me. I think I mentioned that we are, on my channel, finding the puzzle pieces and putting them together. Now, these puzzle pieces, thus far, I have identified as all that exists in our physical realm, including your body, your awareness, your conscious, your spirit, your being. It also includes all our political stuff, laws, government, everything. It has to do with all of our mythology, our imagination, the things that we know about medical, did I say law? Yeah, medical, educational. All these things are parts to this puzzle that answers these lifelong questions. The other trick is just not in one geographic area. It's broken up all over the world. Remember the Tower of Babel? I mean, if you're into Christianity or read the King James Version, the Tower of Babel said he had to confuse the masses, causing them to speak various languages. That was the sorting out or the scattering out of this critical information. We couldn't put it together. We did not have the conscious awareness. Now we do. So how long am I into this? 6 minutes of rambling. Y'all ready to go? We're going to start this talking about Pandora's box because it's relevant. You know, Pandora's box has to do with Greek mythology. Like I said, it's one of the puzzle pieces. So let's ride. Pandora's box. A process that generates many complicated problems as a result of unwise interference in something. Now, Wikipedia's entry says, any source of great or unexpected troubles, or alternatively, a present which seems valuable, but which in reality is a curse. Could you imagine getting a gift, a present that you thought was valuable? But the truth of the matter is the contents is a curse. Pandora's box, that mythological container, box, vessel, vase, is a part of the clues, the puzzle piece, to help us understand why we are here. From Pandora's box, I like to go over and speak about one of the books of the Apocryphon, which is the Secrets of Enoch. And in that transcript, it tells about the angels that stole from God, stole the secrets from the all-knowing, and brought those secrets down to men and women of this earth and taught those secrets to them. They brought unto mankind, humanity, the gift of swords and daggers and shields and breastplates, bracelets, ornaments, eye makeup, precious stones, coloring dyes. I'm not even going to go through trying to name these angels, but I will give you one because he was the ringleader. And his name is Azazel. Azazel, I'll spell it. A-Z-A-Z-E. Anyway, he was the one responsible for bringing down the secrets of God and teaching swords and daggers and shields and breastplates, bracelets, ornaments, eye makeup, precious stones, coloring dyes. Now, how is this significant to man now? Yep, you figured it out. Azazel was teaching the art of war. Not only was this angel or being, I'm not trying to make this religious, just putting together, just connecting the dots here, also taught the art of seduction. Many of us know war and seduction go hand in hand. The next thing that was introduced to man, taught to man, is casting spells, and the cutting of roots was offered by one angel. By another angel, it was taught the releasing of spells. And then a third angel taught already structured spells to that, how can I say that? Spells that were already set up and could be executed. He taught those. And he was given authority over anybody that was with him. Like if you learned with his secrets, you had to ride with him and for his cause and his purpose. So right there, without naming them, there were 3 angels that dealt with arts associated with cast spelling. And I point out that there were 3 distinctive arts associated with maybe magic, we'll say. Each of those categories, the casting of spells and the cutting of roots, or the releasing of spells, or even executing already pre-laid out spells, were 3 distinct arts that would have to be mastered. Ride the wave with me, y'all. The next secret that was taught by the angels or beings to mankind was how to be an astrologer, or the next one is astrology, and the next, the path of the moon. These were 3 more angels or beings that stole secrets from God and brought them down and taught them to men and women, humanity. These 3 distinctive arts, being an astrologer, the study of astronomy, and the path of the moon, with 3 distinctive arts that would have to be mastered by a person. And I know what you're saying. I'm with you. I'm with you. But hold on. I'm going to come back to that. What are you going to come back to, Nancy? I'm coming back to astrology, being an astrologer, or and the path of the moon. Yes, because tarot reading comes from that practice, those arts. We coming back to that. Anyway, okay, I covered that. I'm doing them out of order. And now the last angel or being that stole from God and brought God's secrets down to mankind and taught this to mankind. I don't want to talk about who it was. What was taught? It is called portents. Portents? I'll spell it. Portents. And I didn't know what that is. So I had to look it up. And this is the definition that I found in www.dictionary.com. Not in, at www.dictionary.com. It says, a sign or warning that something, especially something momentous or calamitous, is likely to happen. An indication or omen of something about to happen. Yep. I am with you 100%. That is prediction. So right there, in that little breakdown about the secrets that was stolen from divine and brought down and taught to man, the gift from the angels to humanity. At least 2 of those things I deal with on my channel. And which 2 are those? Astrology and this portents, omen telling or foretelling. Okay, I'll bring that up for a reason, and I'm maybe I should do that now. Should I? Neck hurt, y'all. We just talking. My little squeaky chair. 15 minutes. Good. I'm almost done. But we're talking. putting the puzzle pieces together. Well, what I want to say about receiving stolen goods. Receiving stolen goods from the divine. That's some serious business. That's some serious business. It's interesting, though. It's interesting. What's so interesting, before I go on, about receiving stolen goods from the divine? Try not to go into too many religious doctrines or documents or transcripts, etc., because there are so many. To my 11, I'll call you Bible thumpers, just messing with you. There are so many documents. There are so many. And just looking at one is not enough. And the truth of the matter, if you just look at your one, biblical source or book, it will, if you really follow it, take you other places. Now, back to receiving stolen goods from the divine, from the all, via the angels who bring those gifts to humanity. And humanity learns them and begins to partake in those gifts, those arts. And man practices them and masters them. Upon mastering those arts, man masters this world and this place. Now, I find it interesting that the angels, at least documented in the book of Enoch, and there's other places too, but Enoch is what I just pulled up. They only stole particular things. Think about it. Particular things. The things that the angels stole had to do with just this ram. Just this ram. And from what I know thus far in my research, we were gifted stolen goods from some angels, some beings. They had I guess they was in disagreement with the divine. That's a whole nother story. Just trying to cut this down and look at the evidence. So man is given this gift. Now let's read from Pandora's box once again. It says, a present which seems valuable, but which in reality is a curse. So, humanity receives this gift from these angels, these rebellious angels, and begins to dive in and to master these arts that are directly related to this physical realm we are in. These people, these humans, master these arts. But how can I say it? Remember, it seems like it had value, but in actuality, it was a curse. The question is, why are we, humanity, at this point in time, in the place that we are? Why do we have the mindset we have? Why are we violent? Why are we greedy? Why are we constantly given over into our lustful nature? Why are we deviant? All these questions. The curse. The curse attached to the present. The curse attached to the stolen goods. Why did God keep this information from man? Not to be cruel. It was because we can't handle it. We can't handle the truth. We couldn't handle all of that. Why? Well, we can go into divinity and all that. Not perfect. We have the physical to deal with. God is not physical. We couldn't handle it. So we were set up. We were set up. The angels had to have known, or whatever beings, had to have known if the rules to this realm were given to man, that men would master them and ultimately destroy themselves. So that leads us to immediately understand that some of these angels didn't have our best interests at heart. Remember, in the religious text, it said that they were jealous. Some of them were jealous of mankind. How dare, divine God, you ask me to bow before them? We are heavenly creatures. They should be bowing to us. You know they was mad, right? So, what am I saying? I am saying that the angels, those particular angels and whoever was a part of their posse, stole those secrets and brought it down in mankind and taught it to them, knowing that eventually we would destroy ourselves. Pandora's box. Now, what am I going to talk about now? I'm going to talk about how what I do on this channel covers at least two components, or two of those arts as described by those secrets stolen. Pandora's box has been opened. You can't shut Pandora's box once it's been opened. Here we are today. Maybe thousands or hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of years. That's something we don't know. At least I haven't come across that piece of the puzzle. So it becomes, oh, see, I don't know what I said, but by me having to do this a second time. Oh, my neck hurt. Let me get comfortable again. Where am I trying to go? Let me get myself together. Can't tell what's what. This go this way. Okay. That go this way. I'm just trying to get it together, y'all. Okay. What am I saying? I am saying, relative to partaking in some of those stolen goods, is deeply ingrained in humanity, in the works, and in their consciousness. Some of humanity is much more aware of the stolen goods and the use of those stolen goods and the value of those stolen goods and the penalty for having the stolen goods, where the majority of humanity has no idea about what's been taking place, or what will take place. Totally oblivious to it. How do I say this? So, once Pandora's box is open, there's no closing it. You have to go through the process as it unwinds. How can I say this? Because humanity was played. This is what I'm getting. Because humanity has been played, divine has made intervention on the behalf of humanity. Why? Because we got played. Understand that the majority of humanity was just naive and dependent on the guidance of universe, of God, the divine all. You know, the original jolt, that which gives air so that you can breathe, you know, and keep your mind, that original jolt, stimulates your brain, the processing center in your body, all that free stuff, you know. So we were just like really under the authority of the divine until this heinous act happened. This heist. It was the ultimate heavenly heist. And the contents of that heist was given to humanity. Humanity couldn't handle it. So here we go. Here we are. And it is defining where we're headed. But the majority, what is this about? The majority of, truly, the majority of humanity was bamboozled. They didn't know. And has continued to be bamboozled throughout the decades. centuries, millenniums. And here we are. And though there are those like myself that partake in some of these arts, as I mentioned, it seems to me that the divine has put something here. And that is, how can I say it? It is to make clear, to let it be known that you've been played. But you cannot know that you've been played if you don't know what you've been played with, or who you've been played by, and for what purpose. So, I just did a video. It was called The Elite versus the Elect. The elite are the descendants of those that were originally taught the secret knowledge, received the contents of that spiritual heist, and they handed it down from generation to generation. Then though there are those that were bamboozled, came from a line of folks being bamboozled and manipulated, that were elected by the divine to learn these secrets, to be able to see the pieces to the puzzle scattered all over this earth, and to put it together and to present it to the people. So, what am I saying? Indulging in these stolen goods. For some, they were elected to do so in order to learn, to gather the information, and to present it to the people so that you can see how you've been bamboozled. Some of this is so hard to explain. Let me go talk about the lineage of those who receive that those secrets. And I'm going to point to some philosophers right now. Another piece of the puzzle. And what philosophers am I pointing to? Is just in short, because this is a part of how all this stuff has been hidden from us. It's so much, it's so overwhelming, it's in so many languages, it's in so many cultures. It's so much. It's buried. Anyway, philosophers over the centuries, just a few. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Basically, philosophers. Now, I really want to, and there are many more. These are just examples. I kind of want to focus on Plato. And I'm going to tell you why I chose Plato immediately as I was receiving my download and doing the research as directed. Is when I was in school studying art history, I just remember this painting. I don't even know what the painting was called. Y'all know my memory bad. But it had Aristotle and Plato, I want to say, in the forefront, in the center of this painting, this oil painting. I can't remember. It was the school of something, I think. I can't even remember. But they were standing in the forefront of this painting, this oil painting, having a conversation. And all around them, I mean, they were in some school or something. Of course, you know, think of Roman with the columns and the marble floors. I mean, open to, you know, space. You know, they buildings, I hope saying they buildings weren't the same as ours now. And so it was just a school of scholars, and everybody was sitting around, and you know, different parts in the foreground, in the midground, in the background, up, down, you know, all over the place. But it was about, everybody was studying a particular art. Now, and so when I was doing this, when I was receiving the download, Plato, came to mind. When I was receiving the download, that means that's when the universe started talking with me about what to go on next. So I'm here. I'm frustrated, y'all. I'm frustrated. I'm trying to get it together. had to do it twice. I'm just really frustrated. Anyway, and so once Plato was shown, well, sparked in me, the remembrance of him was sparked in me. Of course, that leads to his teachers, Socrates and Aristotle and all that kind of stuff. I think it was Socrates and Plato. Anyway, rambling. But I bring them up, and so I'm going to just read from my little scratchy notes here, talking about Plato. And just see if you can put it together. I know I'm rambling. Just see if you can put it together. Plato is a Western philosopher and science and mathematics. He dealt with and helped to, he was like the founder or pioneer of these particular fields. Ethics, metaphysics, Western philosophy, science, mathematics, Western religion and spirituality, Western political philosophy. He was a writer of literary tradition. Now, those are just some of the examples of the things that Plato dove into, along with, again, Socrates and Aristotle. And again, these are just a couple of examples of the philosophers down through the years. And these were masters. These were founding fathers to these fields of study. If you follow me, you've heard me talk about the fields of study. The fields of study line up with those secrets stolen during the heavenly heist that were brought down to man as a present and opened by early man. And they were learned. They were taught these things, and they learned and they mastered them. And they handed them down a generation to generation. Why do I point out these three known philosophers? It's because of their intense involvement and mastery and teaching and keeping records of these particular secrets. Now, I haven't even gone all in detail about the secrets. However, these philosophers covered them. And another person I like to bring up, and I haven't gone deep as far as who this person is relative to lineage. I don't know. Oh, was something else I wanted to bring up. Okay, I'll bring that up next. Is Michelangelo. Not Michelangelo. Leonardo da Vinci, I want to say. Because he studied, like even Tesla, studied life. Well, I can say Leonardo da Vinci, he studied life, and he documented his findings. Tesla, same thing, and plus I've heard that he spoke of dreams and dream traveling to other dimensions and meeting with other beings to bring back this divine information. So what am I saying when I say bring these people up? Well, when I talk about, there are two lines of lineage is what I'm trying to say. And one lineage is that of the elect over here, and the other line is the elite. The elitists are those that were bought directly from that heist, the information, those secrets. And they have handed it down and taught it, and in secret societies people talk about for generation after generation. How can we as people deny this now? Pay attention. And then there is the elect, those that stumble across these secrets during the course of their lifetime. How can you determine who's who? Now, when I bring up Leonardo da Vinci, if I'm pulling up the right artist in my mind, as a possible descendant of the elect, chosen, selected by divine to move forward and come to understand these secrets. It wasn't handed down to them. Where Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates, and probably Tesla may have been some of those that may have be descendants of the elect. Not elect, the elite. Let me go back over here to my crew, which is the elect, chosen by divine to come into this world in order to gather the information to come to understand, so that they can teach the people, so that the people can see that they've been bamboozled, so that you can, you, me, and everybody that exists in humanity can understand just why divine is divine and why that information was not released to us from him. He didn't authorize it because he knew, he who divine knew that we would destroy ourselves in this physical vessel. So it was secret. But there were those that didn't have our well-being, best well-being in mind, did not like us and wanted us destroyed. And they bought us that gift. You know, those stolen goods from the heavenly heist. And brought it to man, knowing that once Pandora's box was open, it could not be closed. So what does that ultimately mean? Understand where we are and where we are going is merely a residual effect of Pandora's box being open. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, this video is really short, is when I bring up the lineage of the elect, E-L-E-C-T, I'm just slow, y'all. Those that are chosen to deal with these stolen goods. Some people were selected to deal with the stolen goods in order to deliver a message, while others were just descendants of thievery and world domination. Okay, that's a whole nother thing. I'm trying to stay focused, y'all. I can't be serious because I had to do it twice, and I'm just confused now. I don't know what I'll see it happen. Rambling. Oh, another thing that is true, I guess I can say for both lines, is that when you are born into this realm, there is an immediate spell cast on you. Spell casting. And that spell is a forgetfulness. Forgetfulness. You forget. You forget where you come from. You forget who you are. You don't know nothing. You are dependent on those that take care of you. Now, for those that come from the elect, E-L-I-T-E sector or descent, did I say it? Elite descendants, elitist descent. They are taught, and I think I've mentioned this, generation after generation, secret societies. The truth of this physical realm is kept a secret. The secret is spread all over this world. And so that's another thing about war. War is to keep us separated so that we can't bring all the pieces together. But I'm going to pull back from that because that's a whole nother video. So the elite hoard this information. Now, what mankind doesn't know, I'm not even sure that the elite know. But, I mean, eventually they got to realize it. That is Pandora's box. And the ultimate outcome of Pandora's box is destruction. The gift itself is a curse to those that don't even know. They're not aware. Anyway, I was talking about the spell, the original spell that we all up under, traveling through the portal to get here, our mother's womb, is at the time. I'm going to just ask y'all to hold on. I'm telling you, I'm irritated. The devil don't like me. I'm going to be back because I'm fussing. 3. They just gonna have to hear me cussing because I'm pissed off now. Devil don't like me. Oh, y'all up here. Devil don't like me. I know. Anyway, one of them salt peppermints calm my mind. Let's close this video up. I think I was speaking about, if I'm not mistaken, how we pass through our mother's womb, which is a portal to get here. At the time that we are processed coming to this world through the portal, there is a, and I've talked about this in other videos, there is a chemical release that causes or leads to forgetfulness, not only for the child, the infant that's being born, but it is also released in the mother. So any woman that has had natural labor should be able to attest to this hormone that is released, or this chemical that is released at the time of giving birth. Anyway, that chemical release is a spell, and is the spell of forgetfulness. You don't remember where you come from. You don't remember the pain. You don't know who you are. And so much more. Why do I bring this up? I bring it up because going back to the set of the elite and the elect. The elites don't know where they come from when they come in this womb. The elect don't know where they come from or who they are when they come through the womb. Even footing upon entering this realm. However, the elect get immediately educated about this realm in detail, with all parts of the puzzle presented to them, giving them the upper hand over humanity, the common men and women that are born into or under another line. Now, out of all other people, minus those elitists, all the people that exist in this world, all of humanity, out of all of those folks, there are only elect people that have been chosen by divine to trip upon the clues and evidence that reveal the secrets. Now, how are the elite, the elected? I don't know. But what I can say is that from the rest of humanity, anybody could have been an elected. But I think it's more about susceptibility. Some people are on the hamster's wheel, on the money chase. Others are overcome with grief. Other people are just celebrating and partying life. I mean, whatever you want to do is cool. It's cool. But, you know, certain people, how can I say it? Remember your birth chart? I'm just rambling now because I'm really lost. You remember your birth chart? Tells how you relate to this world. And suggests the kind of experiences you will have. Well, in that birth chart, it kind of lets you know if you are elected. Certain experiences are going to happen. And based on who you was raised by, I mean, it goes so deep. I'll be all day trying to explain that. So what was I just really talking about? And I'm going to end this. I want to read one more thing. I'm going to end it, though. Just know that Pandora's box has been opened. That's why we're going through what we're going through and what we're going to go through, what we've gone through. And now we know just how much the divine loved us. He wanted to keep us safe from things that we couldn't handle. There were other entities, beings, or angels that wanted to destroy us, and they have given us, they originally gave us a gift, the Pandora's box. We opened it, It has that Pandora's box. The information in that Pandora's box has been kept by a certain lineage or line. That is the elite. And then there are those out of the rest of humanity that were elected and tripped upon the secrets. Why? And indulging in those secrets to be able to come to understand, to present that information to humanity, so you will know exactly what's going on. Oh, I guess I can't finish yet, because now I got to talk about why now, why now. Why now? Because now we have entered into the age of Aquarius. We have increased in knowledge, awareness, clarity, technological advances, etc., etc. So things are, can you tell things are speeding up? Speeding up. Because remember those secrets that were stolen during the heavenly heist were about how to technologically advance. And basically how to self-govern in this particular realm. I am just mad. I'm not starting over. Anyway, I'm just going to read this last little thing. And it says, this is just a quote, and I want to say the quote was from the book of Enoch. And what it says is, see then what Azazel has done, how he has taught all iniquity on the earth, and revealed the eternal secrets that are made in heaven. I let you know where it come from. However, I'm going to let y'all go because I'm pissed off and mad. But I do thank you for coming here to Can Angels Fly and riding the wave with me and talking about how we're living the residual effects of opening Pandora's box. Until next time, bye.